are almost live. We're
We are
live
live.
now.
Yay.
Hey,
Hey.
everybody. All right, awesome. So, this is day 3 of the Build a Business series. And what we're going to do today is we're going to continue talking about how to build an affiliate business on ClickFunnels 2.0. So, for anybody that's just jumping in, this is what we've been doing. So, the Build a Business series is where we pick an avatar. In this case, her name is Susan. Okay, so Susan came to us. We're just pretending here. She's not real, but she came to us and she said, "Hey, how do we get started with a business on ClickFunnels 2.0?" So a few weeks ago, we started with her business where she kind of focused on a niche, photography, and in being a little bit more specific, macro photography. So she picked a really good niche where she's offering services to her friends that are photographers and teaching them how to get on ClickFunnels 2.0. Then the second build a business that we did a couple of weeks ago is where she built an agency, where she took things to the next level and she actually started building an agency where she can actually offer done for you services on ClickFunnels 2.0. And finally, this week, what we're talking about is she might as well be a ClickFunnels affiliate, right? Because there's so many different benefits to being an affiliate. And if you don't know what those benefits are, I encourage you to sign up as an affiliate, or you can also watch Tuesday's recording that we have in the group. You could just click on the featured section up in the top and you'll see a bunch of different videos that we have there. But on Tuesday, we talked about the benefits and what the benefits are of building a recurring income, right? Everybody wants a recurring income. That's where you put in the work ahead of time and then you get the benefits for months or even years after that. Now, today we are going to talk a little bit more about the affiliate business. We're going to get into some more details. So, Danny, do you want to talk a little bit about what we're going to be discussing today?
Yeah, and a big shout out to everybody who's watching. Make sure you stick around to the end because you never know what might happen. We're going to drop hopefully some value in this that will really help you move your affiliate business forward. And today we want to talk. Yesterday we looked at the offers, and as Andy said, we've talked about the principles and the recurring revenue and such. But now we really want to get into is like, how do you actually take your offer out there and promote this, right? And promote this in a way that's hopefully going to help you to stand out in, the sea of other affiliates, so you can be profitable, you can get yourself moving, you can build your list. We want to talk about bridge pages, and we also want to talk about bonuses as well, because sometimes, I see people put out, affiliate offers, and you think, well, why should I sign up from you when this guy's offering some goodness with it, some bonuses, some extras? So people tend to go where there's good bonuses, right? So if you understand that, you might do better as an affiliate. So I want to throw this open to the floor, talk a little bit about how to promote, talk a little bit about this elusive bridge page and what that might look like. Maybe we can build one of these things inside of ClickFunnels and give you an idea, and talk a little bit about bonuses. Does that sound like a plan? Yes, thumbs up. Let us know in the chat if you're ready to get started with this stuff. So I guess just generally, what are some real good bits of information that people would need to know when it comes to like how to actually promote the offers, but with building a list in mind, right? And I guess we sort of go around the room, see what everyone's thoughts are, and kind of pull this together at the end. So promoting your offers, building your list. What have we got? Turner's nodding in the middle. Might as well start from the top.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've talked about the last few days is figure out what your superpower is and start from there, right? If you're into YouTube, if you're a copywriter, you love to do coaching, whatever it may be, start from there. Okay. So you got your superpower. So what's your next thing? How do you publish? You publish on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it may be. Okay, you're a YouTuber. Maybe Susan's a YouTuber, loves to put, with her photography stuff, right? Likes to do YouTube as well. So start YouTube, right? And then we also talked to, I think it was Ben yesterday, said, okay, start doing what you're doing and just do that and don't go to a ton of other things. Just do what you like to do, okay? So let's talk about the publishing part. If you follow Russell Brunson on his Instagram and other places, let us know. Give me a hashtag RB in the comments. If you followed Russell in the past, he posted a lot of really cool stuff about his family. He still does, but he posts a lot of like ins and outs of what he does every day, wrestling practice, at the office. He posts about his protein pancakes in the HQ cafeteria kitchen there, things like that. So get people into your life, right? And then they'll be able to see what you like to do, and then they can relate to you. A lot of people need to trust you before they can buy it from you. So just start getting out there, and just start from what you like to do, and start with what you're good at. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just start and continue, and just continue to be as consistent as you possibly can. Russell talked, I think it was maybe a funnel hacking live back in the day, or maybe it was a podcast, but he said, publish every day for a year and you'll be successful. He made that promise, right? So try that. We've heard from so many people that they've done that and been super successful. So yeah, that's my 2 cents for right now.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. As we move around, Andy, what's your thoughts in general, and where do you see people being able to get an advantage based on your knowledge?
Yeah, we've talked a little bit about this before in the previous days leading up, and also in some of our other Build a Business series. Basically, you just got to be helpful. Okay, you got to make sure that you're putting out content that things are that are useful for people. Okay, especially if you're talking about ClickFunnels and you're promoting ClickFunnels as an affiliate, just be helpful. Reach out to people when somebody has questions, answer questions, especially if it's in the ClickFunnels group. There's a lot of people that definitely need help. Now, last week, we also talked about the marketplace and how to get help there. So you can always offer services there as well. But we're talking specifically about how to become an affiliate now. So this is people that are interested in doing what you're doing, okay? And what you could do is you can always, offer your services. Susan is talking about photography. She has her photography business, but there's going to be other photographers that also want to be an affiliate just like you as well, or get onto ClickFunnels as well. So one of the great ways for you to offer help and to build a community and get people to follow you is to just be helpful. I think that's the most basic thing that we can say. There's so many different ways to do it. You could do it on YouTube, you could do it on Instagram, any other Facebook group would be good, but just being helpful is going to be the key.
Yeah, and kind of combining what Turner said with what you've just said, Andy, be helpful on those social media platforms. And I talk to people all the time and I'm like, are you on the Clapper app, right? There's an app called Clapper, which is like the US equivalent of TikTok. And it's a new emerging thing that's getting people signing off TikTok and going on Clapper, and you're getting insane engagement. And you can actually drop links on there and you can create rooms on Clapper. It's like, that's a little edge that other affiliates might not be on right now. Go to the Clapper app, right? It's like, there's another social network. There's loads of these things. There's millions of social networks, and people just tend to focus on like the big five or the ones that other people are on. You can find yourself something on Pinterest or Clapper or, some other, forums. Do these things still exist? Well, yes, and they're live and kicking, right? And there's lots of opportunities to get in front of the right audience. But I think what Turner said, it's like crucial that you publish. We know that Turner goes to the gym at like 5 a.m., right? And he's outside, like, the fitness center, and it's lit up because he posts that on his story, like on a regs, right? On a daily basis nearly. So you kind of like get to know what people are doing. But when the time comes to educate folks on this is how I do it, and I use this software, and there's a link, people are listening, right? But if you're not commanding an audience, you might be finding it a little harder to get moving. Go around the block, Tyler. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, hey, so my internet's been dodgy, so hopefully I'm not going in and out. You guys just froze up on me, so I'll apologize for that. But yeah, so kind of to piggyback off of what Turner said, and then something you just said, Danny. Russell talks a lot about like finding where your audience is online, right? And 99% of us are on Facebook, but that doesn't mean that Facebook is going to be the best place to speak to your audience, especially like in the case of Susan for photographers. Maybe they're on Pinterest. They're probably more on Instagram because it's more photo focused, right? But you mentioned like forums and kind of these other sub places. I don't really know, kind of more obscure places, I guess would be a way of putting it, that aren't just Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. There's probably real active photography forums out there. I'm on a motorcycle one. I'm into motorcycle racing. Like I'm on that one all the time, right? And all those people there are into that. So if you're marketing to photographers or fishermen or whatever kind of sub niche that is, these kind of more specialized places online are going to be a great place to build relationships and talk about what you're doing and help people, provide value, all those things, right? You don't want to go to these forums and just start blasting, hey, sign up for my ClickFunnels link. That's what I use my photography business. No, you want to go there and help, genuinely help, and kind of position yourself as an expert and someone that will help people and can guide them. And then people are going to start asking you, like, well, what are you doing? How did you do this? How do you have this awesome lead page set up? And so you can kind of start sharing that knowledge. So, for your niche that you want to market in, that's something to really think about is, where are these people online, right? And it's probably Facebook, it's probably Instagram, but it's probably other places besides that kind of apply to your niche. So definitely something to think about there.
Without a doubt. Dan, what's your thoughts, buddy?
Well, yeah, everybody's absolutely right. Is you got to put yourself out there. You got to give before you can take. You got to build up something in the old checking account there to be able to take from. But as you go along, and so you're putting stuff out and you're showing people your website. So let's say you got your photography business and you're showing all your images on a page. They have to be somewhere on the internet to be able to show them to people realistically. And you're saying to people, hey, here's the link to my page. Come on over, check out my page, see all my portfolio here. And I also got some training here that'll teach you how to do X, Y, Z and all this. Well, if we're speaking just purely about ClickFunnels trials at that point, you could have something on that page like you guys were talking about yesterday about a share funnel. You could say, hey, if you guys want a copy of this, if you want to learn how to do this, click this link here. This will download it into your new account. Explain to them what that means, 15 days free, 14 days free, whatever it is. And then they're going to start getting paid. So be transparent about that. But then that gets loaded into their account. And you can say in there at that point, because I know one of the things we're going to talk about today is bonuses and stuff. You can say, and if you do this, if you click on this and you go there and you get signed up, I also have additional training that will help you to be able to do this, this, and this. And I also have a weekly call where only people who sign up for ClickFunnels through that link that I just gave you, they get to jump on that weekly call and ask me questions about it. But when people see that stuff, they're going to, if they're business minded at all, and some people are just there to look at pretty pictures and whatnot, but if they're business minded at all, they're going to start going, hey, I'm using WordPress and I can't do that on WordPress. You can do that. What are you doing? What are you using? How are you doing that? And I often tell the story that years ago, I was being coached by Ed Dale. This was back in 2016, and he was working with a client and they built a site, and he sent me a link to this site for whatever reason it was. And I look at the site, and I was building in WordPress at the time. And I look at the site and I go, hey, I really like this. So I click on it to inspect the code. I see the word ClickFunnels there. I Google ClickFunnels. I see it's Russell Brunson. Well, I know Russell Brunson from the Dan Kennedy days. So I say, holy cow. And I just dove headfirst in at that point because I was done with WordPress. I was done with having to fix everything 24 hours a day inside of WordPress. And I said, I need an alternative. And here it was right in my face. But it's only because I had a need, and that was a need for a different funnel builder. And I didn't even know what a funnel was at the time. I was just building WordPress blogs at the time. So that's how people, if they see you doing something and they see you're being successful at it and they see that you are being helpful in training them, they'll start asking you questions about, hey, how are you doing this?
Without a doubt. And it's so much like value that's been dropped just going around this room. There's a few things that are emerging right now where you see people in groups who are saying, hey, click this link, and then the link gets removed. People are saying, hey, find out more at this hashtag, and they've just created their own hashtag and populated it. So like people click the hashtag, it takes them to a page with a hashtag, and it's like, oh, and there's all that person's stuff. You make your own obscure hashtag, right? And I know that because I've banned a few folks from the ClickFunnels group recently for using that very technique. So don't do it in ClickFunnels, but go try that in other groups that are not ClickFunnels. It's not our business what you're doing there. But there's folks I know who are going out there and they're like, for example, they'll buy the ads on the TV at the golf club that's full of like business owners, right? Because generally people play golf, they might have a business, they're out there on a Sunday, they do a bit of golf, maybe they're in a hotel room where business conferences take place, right? You go and buy the ads on the TV and catch your audience while it's like in there. So like, hey, now you might be able to tie that in with certain conferences or events that are relevant, right? So like, see where I'm going with this? So there's lots of cool, innovative ways as well to kind of go out there and lead people to your link or get people at the right time. But if you know where your audience is, you've got to be creative. It's kind of like going fishing. If you're going to go fishing, you need a creative strategy to catch the bigger fish and get people who might be in need of your service. And if you've got stuff dotted all over the place, you're in the forums, you're on Facebook, you're in the groups, there's like people kind of see you all over the place. And when the time is right for them to come forward, because I believe that there's always somebody watching, right? So there's always somebody watching you, even if they don't comment. So if you're going out there, you're publishing, you're showing up in the right place, you're delivering that value, and you're being creative, chances are you're going to get a bite, right? And it'd be cool to kind of hear what the room think, if there's any more sort of creative advanced strategies, or are you going to keep them all to yourselves? Are you just going to like share these things? Anything more creative or advanced? But I do want to kind of move into this concept of bridge pages and bonuses as well. But if there is any more, like, maybe try this, and maybe you might just make the difference for somebody.
I just have to say, Danny, it always comes back to fishing, doesn't it?
It's got to be, right? The marketing.
Dude, have you seen his fishing pictures? Some monster carp over there.
Well, it's the ugliest fish in the world, too.
Yes. We've had that comment, right? We've had that comment.
Hey, size matters.
You've got to catch the big one, though, right? You've got to use the certain methods, and I think it always comes back to marketing. And I'm like,
always.
You got to fish in the right ponds, and you've got to use the right bait. And even in .com Secrets, right? Russell's talking about you going fishing, right? You're going in the pond where your customers are, and you need the right bait to tempt them.
Mm-hmm.
That does lead nicely into that sort of like that bridge page and bonus concept, right? Because if you just go and try and slap your affiliate link all over the place, it's never going to be as effective. It's never going to be as effective as if you've built something a little bit more bespoke. And I guess we go around again because bridge pages are something that are so important. And it does tie into this concept of building your list, right?
Oh, yeah.
What is a bridge page, and how do we use this thing, I guess, Turner?
Well, it's kind of interesting. So the last few weeks, I've been really diving into YouTube and seeing how affiliates are using YouTube to promote 2.0. And if you're not in our affiliates Facebook group, go in and check it out. But I posted 3 or 4 examples, and Tyler posted one too. But there's some great videos of affiliates promoting 2.0. Susan should promote on YouTube with 2.0. But there's one where an affiliate said, hey, I'm promoting on YouTube and I'm just not seeing what I want yet. And I said, well, have you made a bridge page yet? You should try to do that. And he's like, oh, that's a good idea. And I said, yes, you should totally do that, because you want to get them opting in, right, to your email list or whatever you have on your first, bridge page. But make sure they're opting in so you can have all those views coming to your bridge page, and making sure that email list is growing as much as you possibly can, right? That's a huge part of this. I think if every affiliate or every person that came into ClickFunnels started building their email list from the start, man, that'd be huge, because so much money can come from that email list, and I'm sure we'll talk about that too. So just wanted to jump in and kind of talk about how if you're starting on YouTube and your stats aren't great, making sure that you have that bridge page instead of just leading them right to an offer, right?
I think one of the things that I've seen that works very, very well for affiliate marketing is offering some type of training, right? So we've mentioned a few things where, you offer a call once a week. If you sign up through my link, you're getting paid every month. So offering something like a weekly call or a couple times a week, even some type of coaching, maybe I'll help you, offer a 30-minute get started call. That would be something awesome. Also a course. If you're putting videos on YouTube, what you could do is you can just have, videos that give the gist of how to get started on ClickFunnels, and then have an offer at the end that says, hey, would you like to learn a little bit more? Click right here. And then it goes to the bridge page where they can learn a little bit more and maybe get access to a membership or some type of course that has more detailed information. I've seen that work really, really well for lots of affiliates. And just structuring that on your bridge page, that's going to make you gold.
Tyler, what's your thoughts?
Absolutely. Well, so sorry, I'm gonna just admit I was talking to somebody in the chat, so hopefully somebody didn't mention this, but like just to go kind of dive into the real basics of why you want this, right? With the ClickFunnels affiliate program and with a lot of affiliate programs, we can't legally give you the people's contact information until they're a paying customer, right? Sometimes people are going to hit your page, they're going to bounce before they sign up for a trial or before they become a paying customer. So the idea of a bridge page is you're going to send them to that before they see your affiliate offer. And that's where you're going to offer them a bonus is on that bridge page. Hey, enter your email here for, we'll use Danny's example, my 5 best tips to catching giant carp, right? Enter your email, I'll send it over to you. Then the next page would be, in our case, the ClickFunnels affiliate offer. Maybe for Danny, it would be like a fishing affiliate offer, right? But at that point, you've captured their contact information so that if they don't buy or sign up on the next page, you're building that email list and can continue to remarket to them until they do sign up, right? So that's the power of the bridge pages right there, is that even if they don't take your offer right away, a lot of times we see ClickFunnels affiliates have to market to these people 3 or 4 or 5 times before they'll take the trial. So by having that email list, you're able to do that. And I think we talked about this yesterday. Like Russell always talks about, every person on your email list should be worth $1 a month if you're marketing to them correctly. So maybe you get them on your list through a ClickFunnels affiliate offer, but then down the road, you have this list of fishermen or photographers or whatever. If another product comes along, you have a list to market to them. So it's like having kind of money in the bank all along once you start building up that list. So I just wanted to make sure we kind of like went through the real basics of that, like so they understand that that's where the power is in the bridge page, right? You don't have to have it to be an affiliate marketer, but it's kind of the only true way to build your own business is by building that list.
Yeah. Dan, what's your thoughts?
Well, yeah, to continue on the point of what the bridge page really is, and the purpose of it is, if you've ever seen an affiliate link, usually it is just some god-awful ugly thing with all kinds of letters and numbers and whatnot at the end. So on your social media, you don't want to be putting that link out there. So I see some people who will like make a bit.ly link or something like that because they can track who comes in and all that, but you're still not capturing an email address. And so you want to have a nice, clean, a pretty link for them to go to. So, carpfishing.com is where you want them to go, but you have to think about it in reverse order. Where ultimately are you going to be sending them in the end? So we're going to be sending them to, we'll just say ClickFunnels here. We're going to be sending them to, well, let's just say we're going to send them to the Your First Funnel Challenge. Okay. So you want to go to the Your First Funnel Challenge, and you actually want to look at the page and you want to read it and say, okay, what is Russell giving here? What is he giving away? What is the product that ultimately you want these people to sign up for? Because in the process, then you have Russell Brunson doing all the salesmanship for you. You have him getting the people in on the front end and on the back end. So because I'm sure there's a Mifke offer on there of some sort, so that in the beginning, he's going to say, hey, sign up for a free 14-day trial before you ever go through the training, because you're going to need it while you're in the training. And then, of course, in the training, he's going to push it, et cetera, et cetera. You get the sign up by doing that. But go and look at that page, find out what's on it. And then you're going to build yourself a bridge page, because you don't want to send them directly to the Your First Funnel Challenge. You want to send them to this page in between. And what very important things that need to be on this page. One is a Facebook pixel, because you know that every single person who lands on that page is some way or another interested in building an online business. Okay. So you can use that for retargeting. You can use it for lookalike audiences, all that kind of stuff. The other thing you want to have on there, of course, is an email opt-in. And why would somebody opt in there? They don't know you really. I mean, they probably do know you, but why do you have to put that? Why do you put that on there? The whole idea is you have these bonuses, and you say, I got these bonuses I'm going to give you that will enhance this training. And the only way I can get it to you is if you give me your email address. And in that case there, because they really want these bonuses, they're going to give you a good email address. And the third thing I would say about that page is, if on the Your First Funnel Challenge page, if it has a dark banner across the top, put a dark banner on your bridge page. If it's got a light blue section in here in the middle, make a light blue section in your page. Basically, you want to make your page look exactly like the page that they're going to go to. And then you're going to have a video in there that's going to say, hey, thanks for joining us here. Appreciate the fact that you trust me. Here's the deal. Russell Brunson, blah, 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 blah. And in order to enhance your experience, I have these 3 bonuses for you. Explain what the bonuses are. Then say, give me your email address below. Then you'll be taken over here and get signed up for this 5-day training that's going to teach you how to run your online business. So it's an entire process that you're going to take them through. But if they land on the first page and it's pink, and then they get to the next page and it's blue, they're going to go, okay, there's a disconnect here. But if they go from one page to the next and they look like they're the same page they're still on, just the words changed, they're not going to have that disconnect. They're going to say, oh, okay, I'm in a safe space here. And they're going to continue with that voyage then with you at that point, and just get in there and give Russell their email address at that point, and then go straight into the training.
It's really good information, that Dan. And I guess, just for the illustration, if we can, Dan's saying that we want to have a page and we're going to send our traffic, and this is going to be on our domain, right? So it's /ClickFunnels. So whatever your domain is, carpfishing.com/ClickFunnels. That's easy to remember rather than the big bunch of letters. And on there, we're going to have our Facebook pixel, and we're going to have a video. The video is going to appear and you're going to explain the offer. And then down below, you've got a button. You've got a bunch of bonuses that you can give to folks. And when they sign up, they're going to join your email list forever, right? So when they then proceed and they put the name and email in, you're sending them to the actual offer itself. So what you're doing, in effect, like the name suggests, is you're bridging the gap. That's kind of what we're saying, right? If this link
But I would say the other part on this here is with your emails then, because I completely forgot about that part, is as soon as they sign up for Russell's thing, he's going to bombard them with emails. But you want to also be giving them emails as well, because first off, you got to give them their bonuses. Yeah. And do you give them all in one day, or do you drip it out over 2 or 3 days? Maybe one of your bonuses really isn't effective until day 3 of the training. And so you wait until day 3 to give them that particular bonus. But I would have a specific number of days of emails for this particular offer. So if you're doing Your First Funnel, you have 5 emails for that, and then you put them on your general broadcast list. And if you have, if you're doing some other offer, the PLR offer, you got, 5 days worth of emails regarding the PLR offer, and then you move them to your general list. So always set that up as well.
Yeah. So obviously, if this link changes on this page as well, say that the ClickFunnels decide that it's a new offer comes out, you could change the link in that page and keep the structure of it, and keep retargeting and keep sending people. Change the video maybe. On the email, what I usually do is say hit reply with your receipt, and then I will give you my bonuses, and I'll only do that on a call. So you've actually got to get on a call with me with your receipt to claim your bonuses. And if you do that, there's some little magic that can happen there because they go, I've just signed up to ClickFunnels. Here's my receipt. Can I have the bonuses? And you go, tell me about what you're planning on doing with ClickFunnels. And at that point, they go, oh, I want to build this webinar and I want to build all this crazy stuff. And you're like, do you need any help with that? And you've then created another opportunity for yourself. And that is pretty cool. But you can't follow up with these guys if you don't have their email address. You've just sent them off into some link. You've no control over that link. You've got your bridge page, you've got the pixel, you've got the email, and you've got the option to position yourself real nice by sharing, you might have reviews or testimonials or other videos and things. And this kind of like leads in nicely in the last 15-minute segment into bonuses themselves, because we've talked about a few weird and wonderful bonuses, courses and things and stuff and calls, but how can we really lay on the value, guys? Now we've got our bridge page, we've got a video, we're explaining, maybe doing some free training, we've got a bit of positioning going on, you've got the email sequence. What can we do on that bonus just to seal the deal?
Though there's so much you can do with it. Before we get to that, though, I'm so happy that you talked about the testimonials. That's huge, right? Make sure you have those testimonials on your page there. And because really, if you're just kind of starting out, you can find some testimonials, right? You've worked with a few people, right? So put those on your page. Put at least 4, I would say. You don't have to put too many, but put 4 that add your credibility, because maybe these people have never heard from you that are coming into your bridge page. So make sure you have at least 4. I'd say 4 to 6 in there, just to have that good credibility. But yeah, bonuses. Man, think of what you offer and just, I want to say double it, but give what you can, and that's going to be amazing. Like, I can remember Dan Henry, when we did the 2.0 launch, he gave away his, I think it was like his, I don't want to overshoot this, but it was like $100,000 coaching that he gave with the 2.0 sign up. And it was nuts. So he sent out one email and got, I think, I'm not guaranteeing anything right here with numbers, but I think he got 100K in commissions from one email that he got. Or I think it could have been more, but it was insane. He's like, guys, this better be good. He's like, because I'm giving everything in the kitchen sink. And so he just gave that out. I would say experiment with your bonuses as well. Give something out. People don't love it. Give more or give less, but really just kind of see what you can give and then really test it. See what people like, and what your audience likes, right? If people like seeing that you caught a carp, whatever, what they like, and kind of go from there. Does that make sense?
Well, what I found with the bonuses is everybody, especially the ClickFunnels community, is so used to getting bonuses that they'll shop the bonuses.
Yes.
Whenever there's a contest or something, I'll get messages from people that go, "Hey, Dan, what's your bonus?" "Oh, really? Because Dan Henry's got this, and I'm going to go with him because I like his bonus better." It's like
100%. I just saw some Facebook posts yesterday about I'm looking to buy a Funnel Hacking Live ticket. Which speaker has the best bonuses? So that's a thing.
You got to do yours, right? You got to make yours better than everyone else. That's just kind of how it goes, right?
Well, it also depends on what they need and what they're looking for. If Dan Henry's thing may not work for them, but mine might. And totally. So you can talk to 5 different people, and maybe Jamie Smith always has great bonuses. Maybe he's got some good stuff. But your story about Dan Henry is a testament to one thing, and that is build your list. Because he could drop that out to who knows how many hundreds of thousands of people might be on his list, and he drops that out there, boom, makes a big cash day. Yeah.
And didn't Turner, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't he just send one email? That's the power of the list. He sent one email and was a top 5 affiliate in the ClickFunnels 2.0 launch. So I mean, obviously he did a lot of work beforehand to get that email list over years. I mean, Dan Henry's awesome, but that shows the power of having that list. Is he sent one email and was a top 5 affiliate, and I don't want to pump us up too much, but one of the bigger affiliate launches in the internet marketing space last year, right? So pretty cool.
Yeah, and let's talk about Dan Henry right now. And Dan loves it when people talk about it, right? Dan Henry is insane. He's so cool. He started out as a pizza delivery driver, right? I got his book somewhere back here. It's like a 45-page book, but it's absolutely amazing, right? He talks about how, ever since he was like 5 years old, and then he kind of talks about his life story. But hey, you started out as a pizza delivery driver. Where are you starting out, right? You might be, 10 steps past him, but he just kept going. And people stick with him because they love him and they will buy anything from him. Some people don't like Dan, and he'll agree to that. Not Dan beneath me. Everyone loves Dan, right?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Don't like Dan Henry, and he's totally okay with that. He just loves people that love him, right? So you'll be able to build up your list and build up your people and get them into your world, and that's great. Build up your brand, build up your people.
Without a doubt.
One thing I would say about the bonuses is that, so go back to my example of the Your First Funnel training. It's really hard to create bonuses on something that you don't know what it is. So the very first thing I would say is go through the training yourself. And as you're going through that training, find where are the points that people are falling down? Where are the additional problems that are being created from the training? And think about bonuses in those terms. So if you know that everybody gets a day 3 and something happens on day 3, you could say in your pitch for the bonuses, you just say, okay, well, and on day 3, they're going to talk about this. Now, what I'm seeing, because I've watched thousands of people go through this training already, what I'm seeing there is they have a problem because of this problem that was created, and here's the solution I have for that problem. And that's the best way to be able to do it. And then tell the people where the problems are going to show up along the way as well. Okay, day 4, this is going to happen. On day 4, what you're going to need is this in order to get past that. And so I have some special training on teaching you exactly how to do that so you don't fall into that same problem. That way you're looking out for them in advance.
Without a doubt. Yeah, and people love that stuff. If you just go and get some, I don't know, you could download some generic thing, PLR, and people do this, right? There's like, hey, there's my bonuses, and they've been done to death. Lots of people have had the same bonuses. It doesn't add any value. But if you create something that's crafted to that person's journey, showing that you actually care about them and what's going to happen on that journey, they're going to get that additional value. That's enough to tip people over to your side of the fence, get you the sale. So it's super important that you focus on the bonuses. And I guess, if you're offering $100,000 coaching program and somebody else is offering, nothing, just the link, you can kind of figure it out, right? You can figure it out. But don't be put off either if you don't have $100,000 program, because you can make something bespoke that's obviously going to help people in your way and that appeals to your audience. And quite often you do get people, once you're a little bit more established, coming to you and say, look, I know these guys have got better bonuses, but I really want to sign up with you. And the loyalty does stand, and it does mean a lot, especially if you've gone out your way and helped people for a big bunch of time. And this is like what Andy said earlier, get out there in the groups, get out there in the forums, make sure you're helping people long before you're doing your affiliate promotion, long before you're already showing that support in the communities. And the minute you start promoting, people are like, that's that awesome guy. Yeah, now I'm going to sign up. And people want to give you something back as well. It's very powerful once you get moving, and it's not overly difficult to get moving. But if you do lay on that bonus, you can give yourself a big advantage. And share funnels can be bonuses too. You say, hey, sign up for ClickFunnels, I'll give you 25 templates, right? And they're all share funnels.
Absolutely. And all of this stuff is going to be easier too, in my opinion, if you're more niched down and I'm like I talked about yesterday, I'm actually marketing to chiropractors. So then your bonus is going to be a lot easier, right? And come on, we're welcoming people on board. But if you're jumping into this internet marketing space and looking to compete with the likes of Dan Henry or Dan Havey or Doug Boughton or whoever, like, you better have some serious bonuses.
Dean Graziosi, yeah.
Yeah, but if you're niched down and you're marketing to your people, your bonus is going to be a lot easier to figure out and a lot less competitive, frankly.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And I think we've dropped a big bunch of ideas on this, and people will be like, oh, just start. Think about your bridge page. Think about your positioning. Think about helping people, getting out there amongst it, sharing the value. Watch this a few times. Take some notes. Get in the affiliate group.
Slide in Turner's DMs.
Slide in Turner's DMs. You've got a little route map there, and I wish I'd have heard some of this stuff when I first started out. Right, so people have got an advantage on an advantage on an advantage. Lots of cool stuff's been shared on this live. Andy, what we like for time?
Yeah, we do have a few more minutes, but I mean,
Can I
just
ask a
listening.
question?
Go ahead, Dan.
I actually have a really good question on something that Danny had said earlier. You said, so let's take the example of your first funnel. Okay. So I'm sending people to your first funnel. I send them to my bridge page. I tell them, hey, here are the issues you're going to have with this training. Here are my bonuses that are going to help you with that. So again, always helping upon helping upon helping. But then you said that you have them send you the receipt. Now, in the case of your first funnel, they're not necessarily going to have a receipt because all they're going to do is opt in. What do you do in a case like that? Because a lot of times they're not necessarily going to buy something right straight out of the chute.
Yeah, that works perfectly with the fact that once they've opted in and got a little bit of a bonus, you also mentioned dripping the bonuses out. I would just have an email programmed around the time that they make the offer. But in the first instance, I'd be pushing them back to the Mifki offer. So it's like where they take the box. So you could say, hey, send me the receipt if you pick up the VIP, right? So they pick up the VIP, they get the box. So there's one receipt there, and then there's one receipt when the offer's made further down the line. Try and program emails around that and try and push people to that point in time. A lot of successful affiliates in like the online marketing space, what they'll do is they'll write an email, but then they'll go over the upsells and they'll tell people what's coming next, because people are kind of accustomed now to having upsells and having offers being made. So you could be like, hey, look out for the offer on day 4, right? A little bit closer to that. There's going to be something amazing happens today. And if you go for it, send me the receipt. There's lots of different ways you can play with that. But the important thing about getting the receipt, not so much from ClickFunnels, but I found with some other vendors, shall we say, that they're not too keen on paying out. They love you promoting for them. But if you get a bunch of receipts and you're like, well, I want to collect my commission now, please. There's the receipts. That can also benefit you as an affiliate. So I've always done that. But again, with ClickFunnels, I'll always be like, look, you can get your bonuses on a call with me, and the call is part of the bonuses as well. So you do need to buy something to unlock the bonuses, and that gives you extra leverage. But you've got to play with it a little bit, I think, Dan, just thinking about those things where the sale is down the line.
Okay.
Although
I appreciate that.
Yeah, there will be a sale with the box, right? So there will be a receipt with that. Yeah, just like you're saying. But not everyone's going to take the box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I forget, because I have to go back to the sales page myself, because I just said your first funnel. I got to go back there and look at it myself now. But yeah, so they can opt in, and then once they opt in, then they have the opportunity to get everything mailed to them, and then that's $27 or something for the shipping charges.
Yeah. So I try and always do it retrospectively sometimes as well, so you don't spoil the offer depending on what it is. So with the box, you could email them like after 2 hours of opting in and say, did you take the box? You saw that they were giving away this amazing box, right? And maybe you've done a video showing all the stuff. You get the book, but that only comes like 2 hours in. Thing you need this for to get the most out of the course, tell a little bit of a story. You've got the epiphany going on, and keep pushing them back to the box until the point of the offer. And then when the offer's dropped, it's like, oh, did you see that? But you've got limited time, and I'm going to layer on even more bonuses. And you can tip the needle in your. But every time I speak on these things, I'm like, why am I not doing this stuff? Yesterday, I went over like built this crazy bridge page, and I'm like, oh, I want to do this thing. And you've got AI.
I have notes from what I said. I took notes. And I'm saying the same thing. It's like, why? I have a link to the Your First Funnel Challenge on 100 videos now. I don't have a bridge page. I have a bridge page. It's a redirect. All it does is redirect them to the affiliate offer. And now I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, what the hell was I thinking?
You got to practice what you preach, brother.
I know.
Get out there and build those pages. Build those pages.
I mean, I can see that everybody's just getting all these ideas right now. I'm like getting just tons of ideas, and I think, for example, with Susan, what she could do is she could have on her bridge page, she can have a bunch of share funnels for photographers specifically, right?
Yes.
Because yes, there could be people that go to other affiliates, Dan Henry, but if you're a photographer and you need help with your photography business, I I don't know. I think what I would want to do is I would want to get resources that would help me build my site for photography. So yeah, there's just tons of things that you could do with the bonuses. Offering the one funnel away, and the different types. I know that yesterday Turner shared a ton of different links that you can use with the affiliate program that are provided for you. There's swipe copy and all kinds of resources, and oh man. So yeah, I definitely think that Susan is ready to go with her bridge page and get started as an affiliate.
Well,
Yeah,
I can tell you guys
Susan
right
needs to
now.
move out of the way, right? Dan's coming through with it with the bridge page, and
Well, what I was going to say is, this is the very first of these videos that I'm going to actually go back and watch again. I'm going to go back and watch this video again, especially what Danny just said at the end, because that's just gold. And anybody who's not watching these videos, of course, they're not going to hear me say that. So
I'll take it. I'll take it. There's in some respects, I sit there and think, why did I not do that more? And it's look, hindsight. It's one of those things, right? Just get out there and do some more stuff. And the good thing with affiliate marketing is if you kind of get good at it, you can turn it on and off. And like you turn it on again, and people get afraid and they get worried, and they're like, "Oh man, that guy's back again. We thought we got rid of him." So I know I can always have fun with this and play with it and go out there and do cool stuff. But offers are always changing. Companies come, companies go, deals change, offers change, all sorts of different things. The landscape changes all the time. But if you get good at bridge pages and get good at bonuses and get good at that positioning, whenever there's a good offer and you think, you know what, I can go for that, you're going to make an impact. And I'm always happy to help, right, guys?
Absolutely.
No, I think we're definitely out of time, Andy, right? Things are going off saying Funnel Hacker TV started. Everyone's super excited.
Yes, so we actually do have Funnel Hacker TV coming up right after us. So if you want to just stay on the ClickFunnels official page, you'll be just in time for that. And by the way, I know that there might be some people that don't recognize us, and there might be some other people that don't recognize Turner and Tyler. We're actually streaming in both groups right now. We're streaming in 2 different groups at the same time. So if you want to catch us during the week, we go live pretty often, myself and Danny, and also Dan and many of the other ambassadors. If you want to join the ClickFunnels affiliate group, you can do that as well, and that's where you're going to see Turner and Tyler, and they also have regular content. I think every Tuesday and Thursdays, right? The tease.
Yeah. Got that connection, right? But I think these things long may they continue. And look, if one person gets a little gold nugget, they go out there and they smash it and they do their thing and make a bunch of commissions or help a bunch of people or sell more products, then we're happy. But tell people, right? Share it. And I know yesterday Tony was like, if you lay out your path of what you're going to do, there might be some swag being given away tomorrow. So if you want to remind folks about that before we go, we've got about 30 seconds and then we're gone, right?
Yes, super fast. So let us know in the comments. We'll look at yesterday's video and today. Let us know what your next plan of action is going to be. Make it very planned and detailed. Maybe we're going to make some share funnels and your bridge page, and you're going to do this, and this. You can do it today. Let us know in the comments. We'd love to see your plan of action. And like we talked about, we'll pick someone. We'll give you a whole ClickFunnels wardrobe and some fun stuff we'll send right to your house. It'll be awesome.
Whoa, amazing.
That's awesome.
Right, Funnel Hacker TV coming up, you guys. It's a pleasure as always. And we'll see everyone tomorrow.
Take care, everybody.
Bye, everyone.